what it is and what it ain't. I'm gonna let y'all know what I think. First, you need to hit that post notification bell button so you'll be in the loop every time I drop a new video. Now we finna talk about that fight between Jt Roasta and Jt Bigga figga. Now, Jt Bigga figga, he been told his side of the story, and Jt Roasta been trying to explain to the people what he said really happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my opinion. Now, you know what I mean? Jt the Bigga figga said he ain't come over there to do no fighting. You know what I mean? He said he came over there strictly for shooting. And Jt Roasta said he pulled up on Jt the Bigga figga and took off on him. He swung on him. And you know what I mean? It was only one punch swung, I think, and it connected. And he was like, Jt the Bigga figga started reaching for a pistol, but he couldn't even find it because he was stumbling. But you know what I mean? The nigga said he realized he had a pistol, so he started hauling ass because, you know, Jt the Bigga figga pulled up with a vest on. So you know what I mean? So the roaster was like, shit, I got hard. I swung on a nigga with a pistol and he still didn't come at me out. Cause ain't no way a nigga gonna swing at me, even if he get off or he miss or whatever. And I got some fire and they ain't finna come up in that bitch and at that bitch out, make that whole motherfucking building look like Swiss cheese. Cause they was at Mistah Fab building at the dope barrel spot, you know what I mean? Cause really the beef jumped off when Jt the Bigga figga put Lavish D in the movie after he had paid for a verse or whatever, but he ended up videoing him and putting him in one of the movies he be doing without bruh permission or without him signing the consent, you know what I mean? So Jt Roasta was coming to get some money for, you know what I mean, him doing that. And JT was like, I don't owe you niggas nothing. And you know, Jt Roasta been known for taking shit, and you know what I mean, his whole life, you know, muscle gang, he just took off on a nigga. You know what I mean? Because I don't think they from the same city, but they from the Bay. And you know, Jt Roasta, old nigga, and he made a diss song going after Jt the Bigga figga afterwards. Cause he said he had nothing but love for Jt the Bigga figga. He used to take him food and stuff when he had the bus with the studio on it. You know what I mean? When he would come into town and when he was staying in Atlanta and shit, he would bring him his weed and everything every time he come to Cali. You know what I mean? So he don't know where all the smoke came from. He just was the middleman because he was managing Lavish D, and you know what I mean. Lavish D wanted that extra money that Jt the Bigga figga, he felt that he owed him, and you know what I mean. He went to try to pick it up, and that's how the beef jumped off. But it was a diss song put out. You know what I mean. Jt the Bigga figga claims another side of the story that he was the aggressor because he had the fire and he was pointing at niggas and niggas was trying to get somewhere, but it wasn't no shooting. If you would have shot, then you would have been official nigga, but you didn't shoot. They say don't never draw a gun and pull a gun if you're not gonna shoot, especially with a vest. Why didn't you shoot? That's what Jt Roasta said. He said he went back out there and you know what I mean, you had the gun trying to scare a nigga, but you didn't shoot. You got a clean shot. So he's saying that Jt the Bigga figga is a pussy. And that's why he really don't come back to the Bay, cause he still want his head up, but all in all, he too old for that shit. So it's really squash. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Who y'all think telling the truth? Jt Roasta or Jt the Bigga figga? Peace of mind.